All right. Welcome to a webinar about CPQ. I have the pleasure of starting off this webinar before we get into the interesting stuff about CPQ. Today, we will discover how a CPQ solution actually can help you sell faster, eliminate errors, close deals quickly, and most importantly, improve margins. And before we start, I want to introduce the speakers and myself. I'm Charles Swing, CX specialist, account executive at Oracle, and I'm responsible for the Alps market. I help our customers transform the operations and make every interaction matter by connecting all the business data across marketing, sales, and service. And if Ingmar and Davey want to present themselves real fast?
Always. Thank you, Charles, for having us. I'm Ingmar from Opal Partnership, a long-standing CPQ subscription management partner, implementation partner of Oracle. I'm based out of Belgium and Brussels, and pleased to be here to talk about challenges around CPQ implementations. Davey?
Yes, hello. My name is Davy Donders. I'm the strategic partner and account business manager for Whirlpool Partnership. Also, like Ingmar, have a lot of experience in implementing CPQ and subscription management projects. And we are bringing this expertise we have on business side to the table to help our customers. Also based out of Belgium, near Brussels. So I'm very close to where Ingmar lives.
Yes, so as we only have 45 minutes, we should get started quickly. And here's basically the agenda. We want to get into Oracle very shortly and what we have to offer here. Whirlpool as a system integrator, CPQ, and implementation challenges that you can meet here. And obviously some business use cases in that sense, and some question and answers at the end of the session. Yes, so very shortly, if you don't know who Oracle is basically a global technology company specializing in cloud computing, software, database, you name it. So we have a reputation within innovation, and Oracle provides a very wide range of software and services across the world, making it one of the leading forces in the tech industry. At Oracle, we have an end-to-end portfolio, which starts with a complete suite of the best-of-breed applications, whether it's within HR, finance, sales, service, and marketing. So not just a completeness in terms of breadth, but also in a number of industries. And because we have this natively built SaaS applications that run on our own cloud infrastructure, we are able to add hundreds of new features in each product area every single quarter for all our customers. And this continuous innovation also enables you to basically respond quickly to changes when it comes to innovation. And if we go to the next one. Next slide.
Yeah, sorry.
So Oracle CX is basically focused on transforming its products into this unified suite with the best features for the future, rather than having all these tools separated and then work in silos, which we obviously don't want. So basically, we want to think in an end-to-end flow across sales, service, and marketing. And at Oracle, when we say one Oracle suite, it's you don't think all or nothing in that sense, but more that you can adopt our solutions over time, in the sense of that we can maintain a fully API-first approach with the most modern microservices to make this transition way smoother. And today, here in this webinar, we want to focus on the sales part of the suite, and more specifically CPQ here. And I now want to hand it over to Davey and Ingmar to tell us more about Whirlpool Partnership, as well as CPQ, how it actually can empower your business.
Yes, and thank you, Charles, for the introduction. So, showing this first slide, I will of course not go over all the deep who and what is Walpole. What's very important for us. Company is formed in 2013 by Andy Piro, so we celebrate our 10th anniversary this year. Active as a Oracle system integrator in very different verticals, of which software, as you can see, high tech, but then specifically telecom and the industrial manufacturing vertical is very interesting because that's where CPQ finds its sweet spot. We go to our what achievements we have. We are CPQ and subscription cloud management niche or boutique market specialist. So this is the only technologies we do. That's where we can consider ourselves as experts, and we are the trusted CPQ consultant advisors for a lot of our customers. What we, as you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, there's our values, our company values, which started as some little scribbles in a little notebook in 2012, 2013, when Andy formed the company. These values still stand, and these are the values which are shown in each presentation we do, in each team meeting we have. These values come to the table because that's the foundation of our company, and that's what we want to transport to our customers. Now, Oracle CPQ, what is Oracle CPQ and what is it used for? As you probably know, there is in sales cycle, there is a front office and a back office. Within the front office, the CRM solutions. As you can see, there are different Oracle CRM solutions, but also other CRM solutions like Microsoft Dynamics or Salesforce, depending on what customer has decided to go with. On the back office side, there's third-party systems, but also the ERP system. So any system which has information which can concern a quotation or an offer which you will give to your customer is concerned here in the third-party systems or the ERP solutions. Again, as you can see, a lot of different Oracle solutions for ERP systems. Also other ERP systems like, for example, SAP are well in technologies we have quite often integrated to. Now, where is CPQ in this full story? As you know, there is a gap between the front office and the back office where CPQ is bridging that gap. So CPQ really is that spider in the web between front office and back office, starting your quotation in the CRM system, which contains all customer data, and transporting this data into the quotation, and then you start, of course, selecting your products, price and quote, discounting is included, present and propose, and then full order and contract management to make sure that your order gets transferred in the ERP system and your contract is being signed by the customer. This is what Oracle CPQ does in the web. There's also a reporting and analysis section. There is some capabilities of doing reports in Oracle CPQ, although we have to be clear here that typically this has been done in a BI tool at the back end of the solution. So going to the next slide, which is a visual you will be known to you or which you have seen, because in this campaign we've already sent out a few emails, and the second email which has gone out is about this leaky pipeline, the margin and revenue erosion, which is a visual we quite often use when we are selling or when we are working on CPQ projects. On the left-hand side, you can see all the potential margin going in. On the right-hand side, you can see the real margin coming out of that full pipeline. Now, where is this margin being impacted? As you can see, there's a lot of challenges which are coming to the sales, but also the financial teams, which includes inaccurate proposals, not enough sales rep selling time, cross and upsell opportunities which are missed, disparate tools, I will not read them out loud, all of them, but as you can see, there's a lot of issues which impact the going from the potential margin to the realized margin. What for us is a very important step here is also the last part we have on screen here, which is the low customer satisfaction, because each and every one of those issues you can have in this margin erosion can lead to a low customer satisfaction. So that's what we want to avoid, of course. Handing over to Ingmar now.
Yes, thanks, Davy. And I'll be talking a little bit about the meaty part here, or the first major meaty part of our webinar, which is around tackling, the three challenges to get to the, sell faster, sell more, credo, and, Oracle configure price quote, as far as a cloud solution and the leading cloud solution for the last 20 years is concerned, in this landscape. And whether you are there for a business process manager, you're an IT specialist, you're an end user or a dealer, in the end, you'll be confronted when your organization is implementing or is looking to enhance CPQ implementations, is always around the three major challenges that we know well. We're the self-acclaimed and industry and market recognized expert in this area. But it always comes down, as far as the major challenges are concerned, to the following three. Number one, scope, always, right? Major risk you want to manage, don't let it turn into an issue, is scope creep. Why? CPQ Cloud is very much a tool that allows for progressive iterative insight, right? Which is a great thing, because you learn as you go more and more, and you unlock a lot of value which is in the technology, but it also opens you up to look for more and bite off more than you can chew. Right, so therefore, when you look at scope of something you're looking to implement as far as a business process is concerned within CPQ, always try and address these things that we put up here, which is make sure that as you go potentially through further digital transformation, you're capturing requirements as you go, you're capturing business process charts as you go, to 1 to 7 levels sometimes of these processes. You want to choose the right level of your business process, as well as the right level on number of requirements functionally and technically you're trying to implement. So how do you kind of monitor that is by the second element in that scope area is sticking to standards. It's our big conviction when you are in the cloud as far as implementing the CX suite of Oracle and in general any cloud solution, is try and adhere to standards first. There's always a good reason, to make something bespoke or customized, but stick to standards first, and then think about, okay, what is the real use case and what's the real business case of customizing anything in your cloud application, which you still may end up doing, but at least you didn't do it very consciously. Challenge number 2, right, is all around the technical parts, right? It's interfaces. Davey spoke about, CRM as far as the front office tools are concerned. He spoke about ERP, back office, with Oracle, great Fusion platform. Nevertheless, there's great plugins and managed service packages to make the different modules and functional elements talk to each other, be it sales, be it service, be it order management, be it project management, be it engineering, be it order fulfillment and execution. You still want to make sure you look at those interfaces and integration with a business and a business process point of view. What is the process you're looking to execute? Where do you want the seamless, and where do you envisage the seamless handovers particularly, with CRM. It's the most well-known one. It's often the first integration to look at. If that is not done yet, just yet, to make sure CPQ, your quoting process, is of course closely coupled with your customer relationship management, lead opportunity management process and cycle. And make sure, if you need, again, bespoke elements, same as on the scope element, make sure you highlight anything bespoke, any particular free and fields that you need, any specific integration requirements are great. Document them, understand them, agree them, and only then move forward with them. And last but not least, on the integration and interface part, is ensure you're using a good piece of middleware. Oracle's got a great one, Oracle Integration Cloud, OIC. Really, it is not just to pass data, right, with data mapping as a result from your business processes, the fields that need to be mapped and that can flow between the different applications, be it CRM, be it quoting, be it order management, be it financials, but make sure that that also can transform data if you need to, and that it can follow your business processes as you lay them out. And again, good middleware is a great cement, right, to ensure that these processes hang together in the best possible way. And challenge number 3, it comes with any technology or business transformation or digital transformation, is the change management part. You can never underestimate this element as far as we're concerned, as a both strategic implementation consultancy partner, as well as technical pragmatic implementation expert as well. Is you cannot underestimate how important it is to have sponsorship, executive sponsorship, to have a change management process, whereas a program management office may be there to enable this. Ensure who are the key stakeholders that you want to drive this change with. CPQ typically is a very cost-functional tool. Therefore, finding those change agents that can help you grease the wheels and overcome, dare we say, resistance, but at least overcome and enable and promote user adoption is so important, particularly when implementing and adopting a cloud solution. And there, last but not least, it is to focus on what the user needs. So it doesn't matter if it's an internal one, an external one, a dealer, a salesperson, or the order management individual, whoever is looking at the system that you're putting in front of them, particularly with CPQ, you want to make sure the user interface is appealing and the user experience is clear to them, right? So investment in what we call UI, UX is always a big payoff, because users will love your tool much faster and they will deal with it in a much more effective way. Yes, please. Then again, a cloud application is always all about data, right? Again, this is where Oracle comes in nicely. It is a data company, right? Oracle is not so much a database, but a data company, and unlocking the value that's in the data is hugely important. And if you got it somehow disconnected, you have data sitting left in one system and right in another one, and they should actually be the same. Be it master data, be it engineering bombs, be it sales bombs or manufacturing bombs. Bombs being bill of materials. These are areas where you have to try and connect the overall design and buying experience, right, that comes with the tool set at hand. And you see some of them again here, right, with CRM on the left, ERP on the right. And you see CPQ and subscription management in the middle, which are really at the heart of the subscription economy as we're dealing with it right now. And in that move towards subscription economy, where we're no longer always talking about, you know, property, but we're owning, you know, elements of a solution, but really looking at usage and utilization of a solution, right, that many companies provide, be it a simple subscription to an online tool somewhere, until very comprehensive, you know, be it medical, be it other industrial manufacturing solutions, including hardware, software, and services that can be subscribed to as far as the utilization of that solution is concerned. Now, of course, these look, as Dave used the word disparate, right, as in separated. Now, if we, of course, let the animation do its work, we see, these things come together within that fusion philosophy that Charles talked about quite quickly at the start of our call, but that focuses on combining, you know, the interaction and that buying and omni-channel buying experience as you move from front office to back office, and where you have all elements taken into account from your financials and ERP system is concerned, you know, be it the project management, be it your billing, revenue recognition, and procurement or accounts receivables are concerned. So it brings it nicely together with, as Davey used the words, the spider in the web being CPQ enhanced with subscription management. Of course, this is done for many customers. You just get a small subset of customers that Walpole is working with at the moment, you know, across different industries and standards, in them working with these solutions and overcoming some of the challenges to get to the sell faster and sell more credo. And notably, we want to talk about one particular customer case here, which is Somfy, right? The home automation experts. And by no coincidence, Davey has got some intimate knowledge of his use case, as he was on the business side when implementing Oracle CPQ Cloud. So over to you, Davey, to just state for us in it where were your problems, what did you have to overcome, and some of the results, right, that you got from it.
Yes, and thank you, Ingmar. As Ingmar just explained, I was sitting on the business side, on Somfy's side, for a few years ago now, where we had the challenges of just implemented a CRM solution and now needed to implement a CPQ tool because we saw that the CRM solution could not fit all our purpose here in creating those quotations. So started investigating a full solution with some problem statements we had. Biggest problem statement was that each country where we had a trade, and we were talking about Northern Europe area. So each company we were talking about had their own different CRM solution, but also a different quotation tool. And when I talk about quotation tool, in best case scenario, it was a little database where there were some prices stored and they could make something which looked like a good looking quotation. But in other countries, it was an Excel file, and other countries used Word to create their quotation. So it was very separated processes, but also not linked to a database for the customer, not having the correct prices. There was a lot of different tools all brought together in one region, and that was only for the Northern Europe region. Second big problem statement we had was only 20% of our quotes were being followed up. So once the quote was created, and because of the separate systems we were using, offline systems quite often, the quote was created on a laptop of a sales rep, and it stayed there until someone called that sales rep to say, I want to discuss this quotation. So there was no real follow-up, no proactivity following the creation of that quote, which was also a problem because if you want to have more sales, of course, you need to follow up your quotations. If not, you could have just not have made the quotation. A lot of mistakes were being made because of the offline tools and the separate tools. There were a lot of mistakes in prices. A customer sometimes received two quotations from two sales teams, our two sales reps with different prices on, depending on what the sales rep decided that a discount should have been. So there was a lot of mistakes there, customers not being really satisfied by the way we treated them because they had two quotations. So that was really a worry. There was no integration whatsoever. So a lot of things, again, because we had the offline tools, a lot of differences and problems we had there. As we wanted to grow in this in the project business in Somfy, there had to be a solution which tackled all these problems I just said, and then afterwards could also bring more processes in, like home automation support was something we wanted to bring in, which was not possible, of course, when we were using those offline solutions. Now, what's very funny, or maybe not funny at all, but what's something we noted, or I noted after moving to Walpole as a consultant for the business customers. What we noticed, or what I noticed, is that a lot of the customers I talked to in workshops, or even when before they bought this solution. Talking to the customers, they all had the same problems. So all the problems I'm stating here, I maybe heard them 20 times after I moved to Walpole. But each customer has one of these or multiple of these problems in its full sales process. What was the solution for us? As Charles already said, best of breed, a global solution. Oracle CPQ was there considered as a solution to have a full global rollout for all countries, which were you doing Somfy project business sales. So it was considered the best of breed solution, which supported also the 2030 roadmap goals, which was all about environment and sustainability, which were supported in this digital transformation roadmap. What was very important for us, as I said, we had just implemented the Salesforce CRM system. There was a back office ERP solution, which now also got replaced, but there was nothing in between. So that's where we found that the integration between those systems was very important, so that we could bring the full end-to-end flow from CRM opportunity to the offer, the order in the ERP system, could bring this in one full flow. And then, as I said, reporting for the dashboards, we use the BI tool to do this. There is limited capabilities of doing reporting in Oracle CPQ, but there's full API-enabled dashboarding capabilities to bring all data from CPQ into a BI tool. So in the end, what was the result of implementing Oracle CPQ in the business processes of Somfy? There was 100% accuracy in orders produced. So there was no errors. We worked with a lot of rules and constraints in our configurator, which means that once you start configuring your product, that this product can only be configured according to rules which are set in. So this eliminated the errors on the configuration, which meant 100% accuracy and less management oversight, which was needed. So the quotes which came through were always correct, and there was no management oversight. This is not only in the product configuration, but also in the product pricing, because the product pricing was pulled from the ERP system, and that makes that we have a full accurate proposal. Now, what was most important here is that upselling and cross-selling. So in the year after we implemented Oracle CPQ, there was a 200% increase in the take-up of maintenance contracts sold via CPQ. So the capabilities of cross-selling and upselling were increased, which meant that suddenly people started proposing maintenance contracts more than they did before, and customers started buying them. So that was a big advantage there. And as you can see here, there's the ability of cross-selling, upselling across products, but also across divisions was a very important achievement here. Last but not least, there was a suited support for spare part pricing across multiple vendors or multiple influencers in a project. When you have a full project with a full life cycle, there are end customers included, there are architects included, there are dealers included, wholesalers, installers. So all that full frame of customers which are involved or influencers which are involved in the project. CPQ has the ability to create multiple quotes for all these stakeholders with all different discounts. And that was a big advantage, because if not, we would have made different quotations for each stakeholder, which was also a big advantage. This was the Somfy use case we had at that time. Of course, there are multiple other customers, as Ingmar has shown the multiple customers we have. There are also other customers who have something to say about their working or implementation of Oracle CPQ and working with Walpole. I will not go over all the details here, but this deck will also be shared, so you can read through the statements which are on this screen. And after this customer use case, I would say there's now the time to go through the questions and answers if there are questions which are populated in our chat.
Yeah, so based on what I see here is that if we're looking at the questions, is one would be what you see as main advantages having integrated CRM with Oracle Cloud CPQ.
Sure.
If one of you
Sure.
wants to
Yep, I'll take it first, and Dave, you can complement. I think great question. You know, again, integration, right? CRM in this case, with CPQ. This is all about, again, firstly, user experience. You know, single sign-on. Business users come in through the CRM tool, and then immediately have the capability, right, to move from opportunity to quote in one movement. They won't even have the impression that they have actually left the CRM environment, and they use it as one experience, right? So it focuses on the main challenge I also mentioned, which is the UI UX part. And maybe Davey will say something about reporting, I'm guessing, but maybe that would be a good area as well for the CRM to CPQ integration topic.
Yeah, and also adding to that is the having the CPQ system integrated to the CRM solution is that the CRM solution, which is considered as a single source of truth for your customer data, or can be considered as the single source of truth for customer data, when you start your opportunity or your lead or anything you start from the CRM solution, when you create a quotation following that opportunity which has been created, we simply want all data to be transferred from the CRM solution into the CPQ solution. Because if we would not do that, we would have to type all data again in the CPQ solution, which can be, there can be typos, there can be errors in the data, which also makes it possible to pull the customer pricing, because this customer exists in CRM. We can pull the customer pricing out of ERP, and that's the backend solution which comes in. So having that full data, it's very important in a project to decide where's our single source of truth for which data. So where's the master data being stored for each and every item we get? Price item data, customer data, where is it stored and where do we pull it from? So that's about the integration.
All right. Thanks for the elaborate answer to that. I hope it answers the question. Another one that I also see here is that what main challenges have you worked through leveraging the Oracle CPQ cloud functionality?
Yeah. No, and then let me start there first again, Charles, and to try and for the sake of time also try to be to the point.
Yeah.
But this is around three three axes. You know, when you talk about CPQ Cloud itself, you know, the first thing you need is what we call a data model. You know, you can imagine a big Excel spreadsheet that has for your solution that you want to quote for, that you have all the headers on the columns that you want to be able to configure and to quote for, readily laid out, right, as far as what we call the data model is concerned. And once you have the data model and some data inside of it, at least sample data to begin with, you then add logic, right, to the configuration process, to the quoting process, to the output documents, right, the paperwork that you want to put or share with your customer electronically or physically. That is number two. And as said, you know, the document designer, as far as how am I representing my brand promise to you know, as a customer and client organization, to my dealers, end user channel, e-commerce channels. That is the last big thing that you're using within core CPQ, all within one module, all within one platform and application.
Yeah. Curious to know if David wants to add something to that, or I'll just move on to the last question that I see.
Ingmar's perfectly answered this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the last one I see here is that what key benefits are you expecting to leverage in the future from the CRM and Oracle CPQ roadmap?
Yeah, it's a big thing we're talking about. It's a wonderful question because it's the big thing we're all talking about these days, which is around machine learning, generative AI, right, artificial intelligence. And I can tell you one thing as a key strategic partner and implementation partner of many CPQ and subscription management projects, is this has always already been embedded within Oracle CPQ Cloud. You know, before people started to talk about artificial intelligence, in its essence, the machine learning capability was already present in Oracle CPQ Cloud. It's like, I'll give you one example. It's like, you put a deal together from a solution, hardware, services, and anything that comes with it, software. And with that solution that may cost, 100,000 euros or €1 million or whatever currency you deal with, is now I want to know, as the user of your CPQ system, is like, how has this price point with this solution has done in comparison to other quotations that we either successfully won or that we maybe did not win, right? So that whole machine learning capability gives that insight immediately back to the user inside of the tool set is huge. And then, of course, pushing it to generative AI, which all Fusion applications in Oracle get equipped with, right? As we speak, also on the CX side, this, of course, pushes this way ahead because it means I'm putting a quotation, an offer together, overall solution, complex elements in it. What will generative AI start to do? It will start automatically to add data points to it. It will say, hey, this could be a good price to consider. Hey, these are other elements. Davey talked about cross-sell and upsell. These are other services or parts of the solution, hardware, software, that you may want to start considering because the generative AI is looking, right, with all the background of the data and is starting to basically make a talk track for the user of CPQ to how to deal with that and give you additional insights and additional elements to focus on. So yeah, generative AI for sure. It's the biggest roadmap element ahead of us, of which full benefit can be taken by all users and by all customers of Oracle CPQ and subscription management.
Yeah. All right. Unless there are any more questions, I think that's about it from us. Unless there's anything else we want to elaborate on.
Well, here's one tip and trick for you, right? So if you want to read up on some of this, right, with our names and contact details here on the left side of the screen, there's a wonderful kind of white paper. It's even a booklet. I would say it's an ebook, right, that indicates the core benefits of Oracle's Configure Price Quote and it has the ominous title there, what CPQ can really do for you, and it's got the top 12 elements to look at that you can take benefit from as a customer organization. It's a co-branded Oracle Whirlpool publication, and you're more than welcome to go through that link in this presentation that we can share afterwards, or you can simply reply to our organizer Charles in order to get more information about this. But yeah, that would be our tip and trick of the day, is go and have a look at those and digest a bit what we have been trying to convey on today's webinar. Thank you, Charles, for hosting it, and obviously look forward to our next installment in the series of webinars. And if you have good ideas around it, here attendees listing is concerned, please feel free to drop us a line, give us a good idea around the topic to talk to, and we'll be happy to jump onto those as well.
All right. Thanks for everyone for taking your time to be here for this webinar. And yeah, that's it from us. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Bye.